I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com, and this week there was this interesting imagery that was released of a Barbie doll that was supposed to be a black Barbie doll, but it looks a lot different from any Barbie doll I've ever seen. The Barbie doll has this long blonde hair, which I don't know if it's naturally blonde or not, a whole lot of makeup, a gigantic gold chain, looks like what maybe is a Gucci purse or something like that, and the breasts of the Barbie doll are coming out of the shirt. And so it looks kind of like a mixture between Beyonce and Little Kim. And one of our writers, Maria Lloyd, talked about this Barbie doll on naturallymoire.com, and there were some pretty heavy responses to this imagery. And so I wanted to ask Maria about this doll and what her thoughts were. And I've got Maria Lloyd on the phone. How you doing today, Maria?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Now, let me ask you, Maria, now, just so people know, we've had some technical difficulties with this phone line, but we're going to work through this. First of all, what were your thoughts when you saw this doll, and what was your thinking when you wrote the article about the doll?
Well, when I saw the doll, it like you said earlier, or I think you said at some point, that it definitely resembles some of our, most famous artists, entertainers in this country. So that was my first thought. And then my second thought was, well, I don't know if I'm upset that whoever created the doll, which I still don't know who created it, is simply emulating what they see, on the big screen, because it looks just like the entertainers that we support.
So you said that the doll is that you didn't take offense to it because you felt that it was simply, art imitating, or art imitating art, which might be imitating life, or life imitates art, which imitates art. And what I mean by that is, this is a form of art that is imitating the art forms that we're seeing in the entertainment industry, where basically you have most of the black female entertainers kind of feeling that they have to be hypersexualized, dressed in a way that really promotes this sort of excessive materialism that you kind of see. I mean, you look at this doll, she's wearing, the finest clothes, designer clothes. She's wearing this big gold necklace, these expensive-looking earrings, and she's got this Gucci Prada bag. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those type bags, maybe Coach or something like that. So are you saying that that's kind of that's the imagery that little girls are kind of being exposed to regularly, and this is kind of what they want to see when they decide which dolls they want to play with at home? Do you think that you think that's sort of acceptable, or do you think that's a problem?
Well, actually, I don't think it's a doll for children. I think it's more of a collector's item. I don't think it's for kids. I mean, it's definitely, a little revealing in terms of the cleavage, and I don't think it's for kids. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't buy it for a kid. And then too, I don't think it's made by Mattel. Mattel makes Barbie. So I don't believe it's a Barbie doll, which is why in the article I indicate that, it's an alleged Barbie doll. But again, I don't know if it is or is not, but it would be problematic to buy this for a child, in my opinion.
So you're saying that the doll was not made by Mattel. It's not an official Barbie doll. It's just a doll, period.
Right, exactly. Because when I went to Mattel's website, I didn't see this doll. So, no, from my research, I have not connected this doll to Mattel.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's good to know that Mattel does not allow this kind of imagery. Because I'll tell you the truth, I was a little bit concerned about it. I mean, when I think about dolls, I think dolls, in many cases, are for kids. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are adults who love dolls. No question about that. But I'm not surprised when someone buys a doll for a child. And so if this were a doll that people saw on the store shelf, I would fully expect that this doll would end up in the hands of a lot of kids. And I think that we have to ask ourselves, what is this really telling our kids? And I think the other interesting thing, that even if you go beyond the dolls, I remember being in a kid's Foot Locker store, and I saw this image. I guess, I don't know if this is a new phenomenon or not, but it seems like there are people that kind of get a kick out of taking adult imagery and putting it on little children so that you can kind of see the child version of the grown-up. Like, for example, in this image they had a picture of two little kids that were about 4 years old, but they looked like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like they were dressed, the boy had on the Jay-Z, outfit, and he was, he looked like a rapper, and the girl looked like Beyonce, like she was dressed up like Beyonce, kind of wearing an outfit that Beyonce might wear with the big long weave going down her back, etc. And I could see people seeing that image and saying, wow, that is so cool. But then, it kind of makes you wonder, what sort of imagery of self is being fed to young black kids. I mean, maybe it's just a sign of the times. Maybe things are just changing, but are they changing for the better? Just because they're changing doesn't mean they're getting better, right? I think that for example, if you build off of this image of the Barbie doll, which I think a lot of young kids can identify with, you have to be kind of concerned. Like you look at the doll, and what it's kind of saying is that the surface is what matters in life. That, the style of clothes you wear, the type of handbag you have, the jewelry around your neck and on your ears, that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you a good person. That's what makes you valuable in the world. The sexuality of it, if you got it and you show it, and you see a lot of this happening now on Facebook, right, where you got the young girls who take the booty pics. Like, that just freaks me out. Like, who takes a picture with their ass as the first thing you see in the picture? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And I think, unfortunately, what it kind of does is it kind of teaches young girls that the stuff on the surface is what is going to make you a valuable human being. And I think many of these people end up lost in life because they find out that it's actually what's on the inside that makes you a strong and beautiful woman, not what's on the outside. Maria, what sorts of responses and reactions did you see from people who read your article and saw the image? And because it went pretty viral on the internet. Am I correct?
Yes, it did. Overall, just from what I've read, there are so many comments, I can't take the time out to read every last one of them, but for the most part, it looks like a lot of people are in agreement with me that this image is often portrayed in some of the most popular celebrities. Of course, there are quite a few people that have come in and saying that this is, outrageous, this doll, should be banned and stuff like that. But for the most part, I do see a lot of comments that are kind of aligned with my thinking, which is it closely emulates what we see in mainstream media of black women.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't know. I don't know about other people, but, that sort of imagery doesn't really impress me. But then again, though, I'm a 41-year-old man, so maybe, my point of view is different from a lot of other people who might be younger or older than me. But I will say that I encourage young women to understand that it's who you are on the inside that really makes you a strong woman. Now, you can still look good on the outside. You can still, show what you got a little bit or do whatever it is that makes you feel more empowered as a woman. But at the end of the day, you can't get caught up on the surface because that's how you end up like all these gorgeous, educated women who go on national television claiming they can't find a man. Well, part of the reason that many of them can't find a man or can't keep a man is because they don't know the first thing about how to make a relationship work. They haven't learned the first thing about what it means to be a valuable asset to a relationship. So they think that the education they have or the way they look automatically qualifies them for a great relationship. But most people understand, most people in long relationships understand that that making a relationship work is far deeper than just bringing your looks to the table. And so I would not be buying this doll for any of my girls, and I don't think parents should, if they saw something like this on the shelf, I would hope that they wouldn't buy this for their kids. That's just my 2 cents. Now, Maria, I did a lot of talking. Did you have anything else to say before we go?
Yes, I definitely want to stress the importance of, parents instilling within their kids, and when I say parents, I use that word loosely. You don't have to, as you always say, you don't have to be a parent you don't have to have a child to be a parent. And so basically I just want to stress the importance of parents, mentors, teachers, etc., to instill within our young girls what true beauty means so that they aren't easily influenced by this doll or, you know, the images of Little Kim or Beyonce or, you know, whatever, because those people are entertainers. So I just think it's extremely important that we teach our youth that beauty is definitely skin deep and, you know, that they don't need to emulate the images seen on the magazines, on the internet, on TV, that, you know, are glorified as beauty. They can make their own definition of beauty, and that starts with us. We have to instill that within our girls and men.
Well, that's right. That's right. You know, you're right. Beauty is skin deep, and I would say true beauty, that goes as deep as the core of your soul. So keep that in mind, and I won't be buying any Barbie doll that looks like this. And so thank you very much for your time, Maria Lloyd. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you all for checking us out at yourblackworld.com. And until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. We are gone. Peace.